The film begins, and four college students are on a rafting trip in West Virginia. They're all camping together, but one of them, Trey, has gone missing. Alex heads off to look for him, while Sophie and Brent stay behind at the campsite. Suddenly, an arrow flies out of nowhere and hits them. Still unaware of what's happening, another arrow strikes Sophie in the eye, killing her instantly. Seeing this, Brent runs for his life. Around the same time, Alex returns to the scene and sees Three Finger eating Sophie's eyeball. Horrified, she hides. Just then, Trey also shows up carrying some firewood. Three Fingers attack him. Trey runs into the forest to escape, but he doesn't make it. Three Finger kills him too. Brent, who was caught in a trap, also ends up becoming a victim of the mutants. Now, Alex is the only one left alive among her friends. Next, the scene shifts to a West Virginia prison where a group of prisoners is scheduled to be transferred to another facility. 3 police officers are assigned to handle the transfer. There are 5 prisoners in total, and one of them, Chavez, is the leader of a major crime organization. The whole operation is centered around him. The transfer is supposed to happen 2 days later, but the police receive intel that Chavez's gang plans to hijack the prison bus and free him. So, they move up the schedule and change the route. Unfortunately, the new route takes them through a dangerous path known as Paper Mill Road. The officers load the prisoners onto the bus and head out. Along the way, they stop at a small police station where they meet Sheriff Carl and Deputy Lane. Meanwhile, we're introduced to Three Fingers' nephew, a young mutant named Three Toes. He's the same kid who was seen being fed by Three Finger in the previous film. Even though he's still a child, he's already setting traps. However, he gets caught in one of his own traps, and Three Finger shows up to rescue him. The 2 mutants reset the trap and leave. Back on the other side, the police bus continues its journey after a short stop at the station. As they drive along the Paper Mill Road, a truck suddenly starts following them, and behind the wheel is none other than Three Finger. He punctures the truck's tire by laying down barbed wire. As a result, the truck loses control and crashes off the road. Three Finger steps out of the truck and spots them, but chooses not to attack. A police officer then brings a prisoner outside. Seizing the opportunity, Chavez grabs the officer's gun. As Preslow comes up from behind and points his gun at Chavez, a knife suddenly stabs through Preslow's neck, killing him instantly. The other prisoners assume it was an ambush by Chavez's gang. But then, a hail of arrows rains down on Chavez, making it clear that his gang isn't behind the attack. Chavez tells Nate to unlock everyone's handcuffs. Nate responds that the key was left on the bus, which is now completely engulfed in flames and could explode at any moment. Officer Walter is still inside the bus. Nate runs to the bus and pulls Walter out just in time. Unfortunately, the keys are destroyed, but Chavez spares Nate's life, believing he's the only one who can help them escape the forest. They all move ahead. Suddenly, a girl jumps out of the bushes and attacks Nate. It's Alex. She warns them about a mutant that kills and eats people. But no one takes her seriously, even though she mentions the rafting trip. Chavez, speaking harshly, demands she take them to the mutant's location. She agrees and leads the way. Along the path, they come across an overturned bus with its back door locked. Chavez sends Nate to check it out. Inside, Nate finds his gun and the key. He gives the gun to Walter. While searching, they also discover a huge stash of money inside the truck. Everyone is shocked by the money. Chavez orders each of them to take 2 bags. They all grab 2 bags, except Walter, who's too injured to carry anything. Chavez forces him to pick them up anyway. Walter tries to shoot Chavez, but the gun isn't loaded. Chavez shows no mercy and shoots him in the head. Nate can't intervene. He's under too much pressure. Chavez then orders the group to move forward, with Alex leading the way. While walking, she steps on a trap, but Nate quickly saves her. The trap had been set by Three Toes, who was hiding nearby. He comes out and attacks them, but Chavez shoots him down. However, Alex says that it wasn't the main mutant. Chavez then comes up with an idea and goes ahead, leaving a message for Three Finger. When Three Finger arrives, He finds Three Toes' severed head placed on a wooden stick. Seeing it, he goes absolutely wild. It's clear he's lost his mind. As the group moves forward, they spot something hanging, and Chavez grabs it. But Willie realizes it's a trap meant for them. Willie quickly pulls Chavez out of harm's way and saves his life, but he pays the price with his own. Chavez then cuts off Willie's legs as a way to free him from the chains, allowing the group to move on quickly. Meanwhile, Deputy Lane is gathering information about 4 students who went missing 2 days ago. The sheriff still hasn't received any calls from Nate, which worries him. He suspects their bus may have been hijacked, so he starts looking for them, while Lane investigates the missing college students. Elsewhere, the group reaches an old cabin. They find some tools and use them to break free from their chains. As they continue on, they spot Three Fingers' truck, clearly a trap, but they know it's bait. Even so, Chavez forces the prisoner, Crawford, to go toward the truck. As Crawford approaches, Three Finger starts the truck and traps him in barbed wire. He speeds off down the road, dragging Crawford behind the truck until he's dead. Meanwhile, Floyd sees an opportunity and attacks Chavez. Alex and Nate manage to escape, while Chavez beats Floyd half to death. Another prisoner also escapes, leaving Floyd behind in that condition. The sheriff then reaches the bus and starts investigating further. He heads into the forest with his dog to search for Nate. Brandon tells Chavez they should leave the money behind and focus on finding Nate. Chavez agrees and leaves the money temporarily. Eventually, they find Nate. Chavez is about to kill him, but Nate tells him about a nearby watchtower they can use to contact help. Giving him one last chance, Chavez takes him to that place. When they arrive, they find the watchtower reduced to ashes. It had been burned down by the 3 mutant brothers. With nothing left there, Chavez prepares to shoot him, but Sharif's dog suddenly appears and intervenes. Sharif himself shows up at that very moment. Just then, Three Finger, who's perched in a tree, throws a sharp wooden plank that pierces Sharif straight through the mouth, killing him. Chavez quickly grabs Sharif's gun and points it at Nate, preparing to shoot. Chavez then goes back to retrieve his money. Floyd is seen running off with it, but Chavez hears him and follows. Before he can reach him, Three Finger hurls a Molotov cocktail, setting Chavez on fire. The money goes up in flames. As they try to escape, Three Fingers' truck blocks them once again. Chavez throws Alex in front of the truck to stop it, and then drags her back. Nate tries to save her, but Chavez stops him at gunpoint. Just as Chavez is about to shoot, Brandon knocks him unconscious, and he and Nate go their separate ways, leaving Chavez behind. Three Finger takes Alex and ties her up in his house. We then see the dead body of Deputy Lane, who was killed earlier by Three Finger. Brandon is trying to run away, but Chavez arrives and knocks him out. As Chavez moves forward, Three Finger shows up, and a brutal fight breaks out between them. Chavez beats Three Finger savagely, disfiguring his face beyond recognition. But ultimately, Three Finger gains the upper hand. He cracks open Chavez's skull, eats his brain, and celebrates his victory. Nate finds Sharif's dog, who leads him to Alex. He frees her, and they're just about to escape when Three Finger suddenly attacks. He nearly kills Nate, but Alex grabs a wooden stake, one that had Three Toes' head mounted on it, and stabs Three Finger, killing him. They escape using his truck, but Three Finger isn't dead yet. He appears again in front of the truck and manages to climb aboard. He grabs Nate, causing the truck to crash into a tree and catch fire. Just then, Brandon arrives and rescues both of them from the burning vehicle. But Three Finger couldn't free them easily. He captures Nate again, but Nate stabs him with his own tool. He also slams him against the truck, gaining the upper hand. When the truck explodes, Three Finger is burned in the blast. Nate then frees Brandon and lets him go. After some time, the police arrive, and Nate and Alex survive. However, Nate later returns, driven by greed for money. Unfortunately, he's killed in a surprise attack. Brandon was the only one spared after earning their trust. Brandon gets the money. but he's also killed by another mutant who suddenly appears. No one ever found out who that mutant was. It's still a mystery to this day. And that's where the story ends. Let me know your thoughts. For 2 previous parts, check the description. Thank you for watching.